guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about permanent color. So we've got one which is permanent color, we've got two which is semi-permanent color, and then we've got three which is demi-color. We're not going to get all into that. We're going to only focus on permanent color. Permanent color is when color is deposited into there and it's there permanently. For a permanent color, I would not use that after a perm at all, because you've got peroxide in it, relaxer, that's chemical. Doing two chemical on one day, that's a no. As for me, it's all about not just giving it a look, but making sure that your hair is in the best condition. With grays, if you decide that you want to have a particular color, then you can achieve it most of the time, because the good thing about it, you don't have to go in with any pre-lightener, or you don't have to necessarily go in with a permanent color. So that's the good thing. A lot of people will say to me, I know it's a permanent color, but how long it lasts? Honestly, as the word mentioned, it's permanent, so it will last in your hair forever, unless you cut it off. But apart from that, it's there forever. It's permanent. It's not going anywhere. The only way you'll see it moving away from your scalp is when your hair is growing, but it's still in your hair, so it hasn't gone anywhere. I'm gonna pretend like a client ring me and says to me, can I book an appointment to get my hair colored? Have you been to the salon before? And they said no. So first I'll say, okay, that's fine if you haven't been here before. But in order for us to do color for you, you'll have to do a skin test, which you'll have to do it for up to 48 hours. And then after that, so you just come into the salon, we'll use some information from you, and then we'll just do the skin test, put it behind your ears. I normally put it behind both ears just in case you accidentally wipe that off. At least you've got a next one as backup. We'll keep that record, and if 48 hours everything is good, then brilliant. That would be easy if you do the skin test with the consultation, so that we can understand what sort of color you're after, whether your hair is suited for that color, the shade that you're going for. Probably a permanent color isn't the color for you. You probably need to pre-lighten your hair first, and if you're going to pre-lighten your hair first, probably your hair isn't in the condition to pre-lighten, so ideally the color might not be for you. So it's always important for you to come into the salon to do a consultation / skin test first, just to make sure that what you want is what you're gonna get when you book your appointment. One of the other things that I normally mention to my client as well is that, okay, if you've never had color before, and say for instance your color is dark like mine, for like my hair is a really dark brown. My hair is very dark, so I'll say I wouldn't say it's a black, but it's a very dark brown. So for me now, I'm a very dark brown, got very dark brown hair. They want to go blonde, and they want the blonde all over. In mind, blonde comes in so many different stages. You probably have roughly, blonde comes in about at least 4 different tones. So it's best for you to look at the chart so that you can see what is the best tone for you. And if you say to me that you want to go blonde, first I'm going to look at your hair, and if you want to go blonde, you wouldn't be able to achieve that with permanent color. You'd have to pre-lighten it first. Okay, if you don't want to pre-lighten it, oh, I should mention, pre-lighten is bleach. I hate using that word, bleach. Pre-lighten, that's the professional word. So if you want to go blonde, then the best thing would be to pre-lighten your hair first. But what I normally suggest to my client is that, you know what, some color you look and you think, oh, it's beautiful, it's nice, it's lovely and everything on the card or somewhere else, but if you've never had color before, and then you're going from a very dark color to a very light color, and you've got no history of having color before, when it's done, majority of the time I find clients thinking, oh my god, it's too bright. Okay, if you like that color, then that's fine. My suggestion would be to go a shade darker or 2 darker, or if you're going to go for that color, go for that color from the mid length to the ends, and then from the root you go for a darker shade, because what happened, the darker shade would be more closer to your original skin tone, and then the ends would be lighter. What we could do is like inject like different colors. Instead of doing like an all over blonde, you could do like highlights, or we could do like a balayage effect, or we could do like an ombre effect. So those are the things that you've got to bear in mind, because once it's colored, it's colored. It comes on to color. Some people think that if they see a color that they like, the only way to get that color is to bleach it, and that is not the case all the time at all, because what is important is the foundation is what we're working from. So if your hair is like really dark next to black and you want to go for a very light color like a blondie color, we have to bleach your hair. There's no two way about it. You have to bleach your hair. It's like a coppery mahogany sort of color. Don't have to bleach your hair at all. You don't. That would be depending on the shade, because as I said again, mahogany comes on different shade. Any color at all you want. Brown comes in so many different shades. If it's a darker shade, you'll be able to create that more lightly with a permanent color without you have to bleach your hair. So understand that when it comes down to color, you can achieve color. Don't be scared of color. I color my hair all the time. There's nothing that I would do to my clients that I wouldn't do to myself at all, because, well, apart from locks. Yeah, locks too permanent, I can't do that, but that's a different story. But in general, like whatever decision I make or advice I give to my clients is something that I would do myself, but I always give clients the option and let them know that, okay, this is what you need to do and this is the best way to achieve that look. With permanent color, you've got the peroxide, you've got different strength. Like, so a lot of people think that, okay, because it's permanent color, your hair gonna go blonde or it's gonna just go bright. You've got so many different stages. So you've got the 3%, you've got the 6%, 9%, and the 12%. Obviously, the higher the number is, the stronger it is. The higher the number is, the lighter the color will get. So you've got that level of control. But if you speak to a qualified stylist with experience, because color, I love color so much, but it's one of those things, if you don't know what you're doing, it will not work out in your favor. You've got to make sure that you get somebody who knows what they're doing with color. Colors that are easy to achieve are colors like anything like browns, copper, mahogany, chestnut, anything like that. Those colors are quite easy to achieve, and it's quite subtle in respect to the strength of peroxide that you use on the hair. So colors like that is brilliant if you want to start off with. If you want to have color, you don't want to go into the permanent whatnot, but you still want to create that vibrancy, what you could do, you could use, like, you can use the color spray, which I use sometimes. If you've never had color before, why haven't you had color? Please tell me why you haven't had color. Please mention that in the section below. Life is too short. You need to inject your life with some color. Just do it.